Okay guys, you wanted to see it. People keep asking me for some recipes for beaver. How do you prepare beaver? How do you skin a beaver? This is one way. I've already skinned this guy out. Now, bear in mind it is a, it is a carcass. So essentially, I'm working. I got a lot of work to do today, and I don't really have time. But one thing I like to do is roast beaver, and actually, Steve, I think it's Steve Tot, if I'm pronouncing his name right, said something this morning. He goes, "Hey, throw it in a roasting." It's like, you're absolutely right. A good way to cook a beaver is in a roasting pan. This isn't really. This is too big for my roasting pan. So what I'm going to do is bone it out into pieces and throw it all in a roasting pan in sections with some vegetables and stuff. But first, you want to make sure get this thing cleaned up. Get all the crap out of there. I know it looks like a homicide, but hey, it's got to be done. Okay, what's cool with this is, like I said, I'm working today. Don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to quickly, over my lunch break, get this thing cut up, processed into the roasting pan with some vegetable spices, and then I'm going to cook it for about 3 hours, and by the time I get home tonight, I'll have roasted beaver. Essentially, you just quarter it up, like any other animal. There's a bunch of meat on this thing, and I don't like to waste any, but essentially you just take all your joints off, like you would anything else. Now a smaller, there's a ton of meat in this back section, and actually it's probably the best. But there's a ton of the smaller beaver. I'd cut the head off and I'd throw the whole beaver right in the pan. But this, as I said, I don't have a pan big enough for this beaver, and so I'm gonna have to make do just like as if you were quartering up a rabbit or something, or whatever. See that there? That is some good meat, my friends. Oh, Mystic Knight. Yeah, that is a buck 110 folding hunter, but it's the full auto. I like to have an automatic so I can use it one-handed. Probably, I've carried one of these for 30 plus years, and I'll probably carry one until I can't carry a knife anymore. To be honest with you, I love them. They've always worked well for me. Are there better knives out there? Absolutely. Now these front legs, they're probably actually the toughest part of the beaver. A lot of people don't eat it, but it's a bunch of meat in there, and it's really worth going after. Here's your nice front leg. There's a ton of meat in there. Again, I'm going to take this inside and wash it off better, obviously. But, there's still a lot of meat on this backbone and the tail. Delicious. Ton of meat down here. So what I'm going to do is break it here, trim the ribs off, break it there, and then the rest will go in the pot. Because there's a bunch of meat. Otherwise, the only thing I really throw away, to be honest with you, is the head and the fat. The rest of it goes right in the pot. And after this thing sits in the roaster for 3 hours or so, that meat just falls right off the bone. And it's crazy. It's crazy not to see, it's all meat, and it's all good. If you come after you get the, hope you can see this, but after you get the front quarter, the two backs and the fronts off, go right up that backbone, and you can peel that right off the back of the ribs like this. And when you're doing it, you'll see the rib bones. Stay right on top of those rib bones like that. And this, I will tell you what, it goes toe to toe with venison. I'll be honest with you. Now that's a statement coming from me, because people that know me know how much I love my venison. But these the back straps out of these things, you know, you peel off that silver skin, and you've got some serious meat. You know, and again, we got another piece right here. Oh, that silver skin just comes right off, a little fillet knife or something. You take right up the side of that, right up that backbone, and shave that stuff right off, like that. I'll actually probably end up putting this on the grill tonight while I'm sitting around. Like I say, that's all good meat right in here. Definitely worth going after. You can grind it up for hamburg. You can use it for all kinds of different stuff. You can pan fry it, sear it, whatever you want to do. Look at that back strap. My God. If you've never had it, you owe it to yourself to have a Beaver backstrap. Then once you get your meat off the back of the ribs, go right down the side of that backbone, and you start peeling back this stuff. And there is a ton of meat here. Ton. This isn't a big beaver either. I mean, this is only, I can't. I knew I was in for it. You start talking about just the word itself is just opens it up to a anyway, this is a smaller beaver, but look at that, it's all good meat. Anything down by those back legs is just delicious, you know. And then you got to take the time to, you know, cut out the tendons and all the silver skin and all that, but this is so worth the effort. And a lot of it's going to go into hamburg, I can tell you that.